Home again, in coherence, the quiet integration of a sacred partnership. As a transition doula, I often tell clients that the true measure of transformation isn't what happens in the liminal space, it's what happens when you return home. I've spent the last several weeks writing about divine partnership, about safety, ease, availability, coherence. And now, a week after returning from our nearly 3-week journey through the Panama Canal, I find myself with surprisingly little to say about my own lived experience of love. Not because nothing is happening, but because nothing needs explaining. Travel has its own magic. The sea stretches everything, time loosens, you're suspended outside routine, outside gravity. It would be easy to mistake that atmosphere for the source of connection. But now we are home. The dogs compete for space between us on the couch. Meals need to be prepared. Schedules fill back in. There are emails, logistics, small irritations, the subtle stressors that return the moment ordinary life resumes. And what I'm noticing is not distance, it's steadiness. If anything, I feel closer, clearer, more certain. Earlier in my life, this is where I would have begun scanning, checking for changes in tone, looking for cracks, wondering whether the magic of travel would dissolve under fluorescent lights and shared calendars. But that isn't happening. The stress of real life has set in, and the coherence remains. We cook side by side in the kitchen. We move through our routines that are quietly revealing. I've been accompanying my love to the church where he works as a musician. More soon on what it felt like to step back into that space. It's the little things that feel most telling. There are no fireworks to report, no dramatic declarations, other than being surprised with my favorite song sung on Sunday. No urgent need to define what this means. Love here does not require narration to survive. What feels different, what feels new, is the absence of bracing. I'm not monitoring the connection. I'm not extracting meaning from every interaction. My intuition is still present, but it's softer now, less vigilant, more spacious, as if it trusts the ground beneath it. In part 5 of this series, I wrote that divine union doesn't complete us, it coheres us. Living inside that idea feels far less dramatic than it sounds. It doesn't reorganize my life around the relationship, it integrates into it. Nothing essential has been added, nothing fundamental has been taken away. My life hasn't narrowed to make room for love. It hasn't split open either. It has simply continued, with another nervous system nearby that does not disrupt its rhythm. And perhaps that is the real test, not how love feels on a cruise ship between oceans, but how it feels on a Tuesday night right at home, fighting for blanket space with 2 large dogs, deciding what to make for dinner, exchanging looks in church. This is the kind of love I've been writing toward all along. Not climatic, not performative, not constantly proving itself, just lived. As someone who supports others through thresholds, I'm always watching for the moment when the extraordinary becomes ordinary without losing its depth. That's when integration has actually occurred. We are home, the stressors are real, the routines are back, and the steadiness remains. After everything I've written about longing, preparation, safety, ease, and availability, that feels quietly profound. If this series resonated with you, I'd love for you to hit subscribe or like and continue walking these thresholds with me. You can also find more at www.goddessintraining.online.